Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Gross Catholic Senior Night. At this time, we'd like to recognize our seniors from the tennis, girls golf, and boys football teams. We'll start our presentation time with the boys tennis team. Please welcome senior Merrick Dowling. Merrick is the son of Mark and Amanda Dowling. During his time at Gross Catholic, Merrick has participated in boys tennis. After graduation, Merrick plans to attend college or enter a trade school. Ladies and gentlemen, Merrick Dowling. Next up is Cooper Franks. Cooper is the son of Dustin and Erica Franks. During his time at Gross Catholic, Cooper has been involved in football, wrestling, tennis, and the National Honor Society. After graduation, Cooper plans to go to the University of Nebraska at Lincoln. Ladies and gentlemen, big round of applause for Cooper Franks. Next up is our girls golf team. Please welcome Mackenzie Hughes. Mackenzie is the daughter of Mark and Tricia Hughes. During her time here at Gross, Mackenzie has participated in Gross Tennis, National Honor Society, SALT Team, Student Ambassadors, and the Life Core Team. After graduation, Mackenzie plans to attend Concordia University to continue her golf career and to study exercise science. Ladies and gentlemen, Mackenzie Hughes. Please welcome Lauren Sturr. Lauren is the daughter of Greg and Charlotte Sturr. During her time at Gross, Lauren has participated in soccer, National Honor Society, SALT Team, Student Council, Student Ambassadors, and golf. After graduation, Lauren plans to attend the University of Nebraska at Omaha to major in molecular and biomechanical biology. Please welcome Lauren Sturr. And now we present the seniors from our football team and their parents. We want to thank all the parents and seniors for their time, talents, and dedication to the Gross Catholic High School football program and to Gross Catholic High School. Please welcome senior number 4, Colby Duncan, son of Allison and Cole Duncan. Number 5, Weston Miller Ayubi, son of Sarah Miller and Joseph Ayubi. Number 11, Nate Pekar, son of Patty and Rob Pekar. Number 12, Ethan Lee, son of Gina and Paul Lee. Number 13, Malal Kong, son of Arut Jokbai and Bung Kong. Number 13, Hank Nosbish, son of Katie and John Nosbish. Number 15, Ben Meyerly, son of Renee and Aaron Meyerly. Number 18, Debit Alako, son of Rose Wani and Santo Alako. Number 52, John Street, son of John Street and Wendy and Justin Iverson. Number 56, Sam Shapoka, son of Jennifer and Kevin Shapoka. Number 65, Ryan Weiss, son of Rita and Alan Weiss. And last but not least, number 75, Adolfo Maldonado Ruiz, son of Rosa Ruiz and Andres Martinez. Seniors, a big Cougar thank you for your passion and commitment to Gross High School and the Gross Catholic football team. Parents, thank you for your support of our football program and of Gross Catholic High School. The countless hours you have spent on raising funds, planning cookouts, Hosting team lunches and dinners have provided countless memories for our student athletes. Thank you. Let's give a big round of applause to these fine seniors and their parents. At this time, we would also like to recognize our team managers, Ben Herrick and Jose Rosas Arnado, our athletic trainers, Suzanne Nano and Nicole Kohler, all of the student assistant trainers, and our strength and conditioning coach, Coach Ben Stanisek. Thank you for your countless hours and dedication to our football program. One more time, folks, big round of applause for all of these seniors. Tennis, golf, and football. Nice job, Cougars.
Blue and orange means a lot to me. I have a lot of pride for my school, and the two colors kind of symbolize what it means to be a Cougar.
When I see blue and orange, I think of like the football games and all like the student section and being with my friends and just being super happy around everybody.
If you look in my closet, that's all that's in there. So I look for a shirt to wear. It's blue, 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 then a couple orange shirts.
Like our school pride, you know? Like when you put it on, you represent Girls Catholic, and it's like community.
It's like intense. It brings a fire to you.
It's like eye-catching, and I think that's what Gross Catholic is eye-catching. So like the bright orange and the bright blue, that's us, that's Gross. We're loud and we're proud. Before I came here, I thought I'd just kind of be like another face in the hallway. I know most of the people here, and I say hi to people in the hallway, and they say hi to me, and like I know my teachers pretty well, and they know me really well.
Gross Catholic means a lot to me. It's like a community, Cougar family. It actually feels like a family. Guys I can call my brothers, these girls I can call my sisters.
I think Gross does a really good job of preparing people.
If it's a positive log, what would you say this graph is doing from us?
A really good balance of great academics, good social, spiritual, like building and everything, and also great athletics.
The next half of it comes from the 6.
Classes are all relatively small. So if you go ask a teacher for help, they're going to help you. The classes aren't so big where the teacher has to work on helping 30 other kids.
It takes that first binomial and
there's a mission, there's a passion, because we get to work with these teenagers every day. They're coming in as freshmen and graduating and moving on past high school, and we get to help them grow and develop of who they're going to be when they leave.
People here make the place special. It's our administrators, teachers, our students, people want to be here, and everybody finds a place here. They find their talents here. They find what their strengths are. It's a place where kids can grow and flourish.
There's just a beautiful gift in allowing students to know that there's a whole world out there that God created for them. We've done such a good job trying to prepare them from the very beginning by providing the tools, showing how to use them, and then letting them use those tools and letting them be able to develop into the person that they are growing to be.
Royal blue and orange means to me, we're a Mary in a school, and Mary is royalty, and that's why we're the royal blue. We take it up a notch.
And orange has always been my favorite color. It's a color of optimism. It's a color of excitement. It's a color of cheerfulness and possibility. And it just brings a joy to our school, just a brightness to our school that is the light of Christ.
I learned so much about the Catholic faith while I was here and what the church teaches. It just helped me grow closer to God.
Since it's -8.
I've grown not only educationally, the knowledge, but I also grow morally, because all the teachers here, they're teaching you the stuff you need to know, but they also connects with you on a personal level.
I would say it is a lot of opportunities. There's so many things here that they can open you up to.
I've had the chance to kind of spread my wings a little bit here and just kind of really find the kind of person I want to be for the rest of my life and the things that I really care about and that I'm interested in. It's fun and it's really enjoyable to be here.
I love it here. This place is a second home, and I just feel I'm more ready to go out into the world now.
Blue and orange just means happy, and you always are getting excited to put the colors on, and you never would imagine putting any other colors on.
Every single time I put on those colors, I know I'm repping Gross Catholic. I gotta show what Gross Catholic is about.
And it creates a bond and a unity, and say, yes, I am part of Gross Catholic, or yes, I went to Gross Catholic, or yes, I work at Gross Catholic. That's my family.
Well, people say you bleed orange and blue. It just means you're a true Cougar.
It is senior night here at Bryan High School as the Gross Catholic Cougars are back one final time in action this regular season as they look to take on the skutt Skyhawks. Joey Kirkland alongside me, Austin Ulmer. And Austin, the boys are back one final time here for the Cougars, and it's going to be a tough test against this Skyhawk team, a very talented 7-1 squad. What do you think about tonight's matchup?
Yeah, it's going to be a great rivalry. I'm excited to see what this one happens. Two teams that it's once again, a battle in the trenches. It's all going to be about the offensive line. This is a skutt team. They really like to run the ball, but what I'm looking at is this defense for this skutt team. And Gross, they're going to have the big plays available tonight. I'm expecting to see some deep throws to Weston Miller, maybe get Cogswell going on the slant routes, things like that. But it's going to be a fun matchup. Two teams that don't like each other very much.
Absolutely, yeah. The Skyhawks 7-1 on the year. You just mentioned their defense allowing just 7.5 points per game, and their offense putting together 45 points per game. So just a dominant team, 7-1, coming off a close win, but a solid 22-16 win against a talented Platt Smith team. But then for the Cougars, it's been a rough year, 4-4. You knew that they were just getting started. This new team losing a lot of players from last year's squad, but they're coming off a big win, 56-12 against Buena Vista on the road. Not the hardest matchup, but able to get some momentum coming into tonight. But senior night, a tough opponent, could be a night to remember if you can pull off the win.
Yeah, absolutely. And this is a big game, but lots of momentum coming into the game for the Cougars, Joey, off that big, 56-12 victory last week over Buena Vista. It's also senior night here, so lots of momentum for the Cougars coming into this game. They're going to be ready to go for this one, and they want to go finish the year, finish the regular season over 500. They have an opportunity to do that, but they got to run the ball well. They got to have those big plays. That's what I'm looking for. Start running the ball. set up the play action for those deep passes to Weston Miller that we've seen throughout the year, kind of interspersed throughout. So I expect to see that, though, tonight. They're going to be ready to play against this team.
Absolutely, and with a 4-4 record, last game of the regular season, you're looking for a postseason berth. This team's not ready to walk away yet. It's now or never for this team, so they're going to look to get it done. And we're going to take a quick break as we get ready for the playing of the national anthem, but don't go anywhere. We got a fun matchup on our hands tonight.
The Cougar family is happy to have you as our guests this evening for tonight's game between the Skyhawks from Skutt Catholic High School and your Gross Catholic Cougars. We ask that you cooperate with us in making this an enjoyable event by practicing good sportsmanship. Be proud and be loud, but please keep it respectful. At this time, we invite everyone to rise. Gentlemen, remove your hats and please stand for our opening prayer. Please remain standing at the conclusion of the prayer for the playing of the national anthem performed this evening by the Cougar Band. Gross Catholic is a Catholic high school in the Marianist tradition, and we begin all activities asking for God's blessing. In the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit, amen. God in heaven, we come before you tonight, and we give you thanks for your many blessings. May the actions of all here this evening, players and fans, always reflect your love for all people. Please keep all the athletes free from injury, and may they be strengthened in mind, body, and soul to do their best each day. Together we pray the Marianist doxology. May the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit be glorified in all places through the Immaculate Virgin Mary. Amen.
Back from the break and ready to get this started. Just a reminder, today's game day sponsor, Fast Physical Therapy, a foot and ankle center of Nebraska and Iowa. And Austin, like we've said, could be an interesting game tonight. Obviously, going into tonight, we know Skutt heavily favored as the 7-1 team, but it's senior night. This Cougar team is hungry. What are you looking for from Colby Duncan and the Cougars?
You know, I expect that poise and leadership that we've seen from Duncan all year long. It's been huge, and we've really, last year it was all about the running game for this team. This year, Duncan, he's done it with his arm. He's also put it on the ground himself, kept it. I expect him to, he's going to have to be moving around in that pocket because this Skutt team, they're going to be applying some pressure, but I expect to see lots of poise, and as I keep saying, the big play, I expect to see some real big plays, deep passes downfield, trying to get the ball to Weston Miller, to Cogswell, to Sargent. Something like we saw at the first game of the year, 95-yard touchdown pass to Sargent. I expect a big play tonight.
Yeah, and one thing in the last home game that we were able to call against Plattsmouth, we saw Duncan go for the deep ball a few times. We saw the wide receivers really breaking free on their routes, but just some struggles being able to hit his man. So Duncan, we'll see if he'll have the throwing precision in him tonight, but right now we see the Skyhawks ready to kick things off. The Cougars will start with the ball, and Austin, let's get this thing going.
Well, yeah, and something to note, too, in that game, last game we called for the Cougars, there was virtually no wind tonight. That was a windy evening, so we'll see what happens this evening.
Absolutely, it was rough conditions as we see the opening kick fielded here and taken right about to the 25-yard line by Jacob Heffelfinger. And And so Duncan and the offense ready to get things started. As you mentioned a second ago, last year it was a run-heavy offense. Duncan really didn't have to do much in the air, but this offense has run through him this year, and he's really responded well to it.
Yeah, absolutely. And his leadership, as I said, has just been huge. Nosbish on the other side of the ball. That senior leadership is just big for a team like this, especially coming into your last game of the year, rivalry game, senior night. They have all the momentum on their side. Now they just need to come out and execute.
Absolutely. For the Cougars, it's right here, right now. You're looking to pick up a big victory tonight, take your team over 500, and hopefully get things started for the postseason. But motion here on first down. A little screen pass here. Gain of a few yards there. That was Bryson Sargent getting the look, and we've seen that screen pass a few times so far this season. A lot of times going to Cogswell or Heffelfinger, so not often you see Sargent getting that quick screen pass.
Yeah, and I like that call to start off the game, Joey. Short little pass, get those short passes going, run the ball, set up that play action, and that'll lead to the deep pass.
Yeah, and something like that really gets the defense on their toes. Only a gain of 2 on the first down play. We see Duncan fake the handoff on second down. Again, that elusiveness we've seen recently. The first down and more for Duncan. He's taken down in Skyhawk territory. You mentioned his run game, and early on throughout the year, we didn't see him really evading a lot of sacks and a whole lot of pressure, but the last few games, he's been exceptional in being able to create lanes and get those big pickups.
Well, and that was a planned quarterback run, and that's something we haven't seen a whole lot this year from the Cougars, Joey, and it worked out. Skutt not expecting that to happen on that run.
Absolutely. That run there gets the ball to the 47-yard line. Motion here from Sargent. Dunk in the first down handoff. Up the middle, that's Picard. Been the leading rusher all season. Maxwell Chandler gets the tackle. He's second on this Skyhawks team in tackles on the defensive end. And we mentioned this Skyhawk defense has been dominant this year. So already for the Cougars, you love seeing the way this drive's starting, quickly getting it into Skyhawk territory. Not an easy team to drive against.
Yeah, that's a good sign. Pick up that first down right away, get those jitters out of the way, and keep that momentum going.
It was a 5-yard pickup on first down. Dunk in the screen pass here to Picard. Just drops that one off, and Pecker gets it just shy of the 40-yard line.
Yeah, and Pekar, nice job staying on his feet, picking up a couple extra yards. And so third and about 4 yards to go, Joey. This is an obtainable first down. We'll see what they elect to do here.
Yeah, and we've seen recent games that just drop-off pass to the back has really turned into some big plays. Right there, only a gain of 1 as we're going to see a 3rd and 4, but you love seeing them keep that option there. Duncan with a back to each side. Ball on the 42-yard line. Fakes the handoff, pass to a wide-open man. That's Weston Miller breaking free for the touchdown. Nobody's going to stop him, and the Cougars on the board first.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying they needed to do, Joey. Start running the ball, the short passes, and what do? Go over the top on 3rd down, right when Skutt's not expecting that, playing that press coverage, go over the top of the safeties. Finds Weston Miller on senior night. Excellent play.
Absolutely. The Cougars striking first on senior night. And that Cougar score sponsored by Emergen Tree Health Services, building a better canopy one tree at a time. The extra point is up and no good. So not able to convert on the extra point, but still a big opening drive. As we mentioned going into this game, this team only allowing 7.5 points per game, so an opening score, not something you see so far this season for Skutt.
Well, and this is a Skutt team on the year. They've shut out 3 different teams on this season, so but really big for Gross, with that momentum, as I kept talking about, put the first points on the board.
Yeah, so now the question becomes how the Skutt Skyhawks can respond on the offensive end. You mentioned going into this game, a really good run attack for this team, a few guys that can get it done for you. And the quarterback, Bennett Turman, not someone who's going to throw it a whole lot, sort of a dual threat quarterback, 3rd on the team in rushing. It's really been the charge of number 23, Colin Pike, and number 10, Anthony Heiftoff, that have really led this offense. So the Skyhawks going to have to answer early. as the Cougars get on the board from that big touchdown. And again, we saw the play action there for the Cougars and a great deep throw there from Colby Duncan.
Well, and something to note here for the Skyhawks, Joey, Kyler Seaman averaging 32.5 yards on these punt returns, and he should be back to take the kick return as well here.
And I don't know what that was. They're going for it all. Let's see who recovered this one. It's bobbled, and the Cougars come down with it. What a play. Catching them off guard. Unbelievable senior night play, and the Cougars are going to hold on to it.
Just incredible. Once again, 2 plays in a row to catch the Skyhawks off guard, and that's what you have to do against this team. Get the lead early, get that ball back, try to put some more points on the board, and now they're in Skyhawk territory.
Yeah, opening drive touchdown, recovering an onside. Coach Tom Van Hout saying, I want it all tonight. It's Cougars ball. Oh, excuse me. Looks like this one was recovered by the Skyhawks. The handoff here on first down. Taken down in the backfield is Colin Pike. Big tackle for loss to start things off. Nospich on the defensive end getting the tackle. Nospich been one of those big players on both sides of the field for this team, known for his defensive action, but we've seen a lot of big runs from him on the offensive end as well, able to just push through the defense. Fake handoff here. Quarterback's going to stick with this one. That's Turman going down right around the chains. Appears they marked him just short.
Yeah, and Turman likes to run the football. 284 total yards on the year rushing, but averaging 47 yards a game, so he's going to keep it himself sometimes.
And right there, falls over the chains. It will be a first down. And I think after a start to the game like the Skyhawks have seen, I think it's easy to sort of get out of your element. So it's big on this drive. They collect themselves, take a calm approach. And we see the handoff here on first down. Defensive line all over that handoff.
And so far,
tackle for loss there for number 10, Anthony Hythoff, has just nowhere to go.
Yeah, so far early on, not a lot of holes for these running backs to run through here. We'll see if the Cougars can keep that up.
And that could be a big storyline in this game. One of the things we've mentioned throughout the season is the struggles that Gross has had on their line. So if the defensive line's able to get through, able to stop that run game, could be a pivotal landmark in tonight's game. Turman under center. Fakes the handoff, rolls out to his right side. Short pass here, caught around the 50-yard line. First down and more, going down just shy of the 35-yard line. And that's Hythoff getting the reception.
That's good for another Skyhawk first down.
And so quickly able to get into enemy territory. As we said earlier, 45 points a game for the Skyhawks, an explosive offense. Once again, we'll see Turman under center.
Their crowd in the box are the Cougars.
And some movement on the line. We're going to see the Skyhawks taking this one back 5 yards. And it is indeed a false start. So they will move back to the 42-yard line. After a few big plays, they're able to move the chains. The last thing you want is a disciplinary action to move you back. You want to make sure you're well disciplined, under control. And right there, now what the Skyhawks wanted to see. Once again, we see the I formation here. Turman fakes both handoffs. Out to his left side, under some pressure. This throw incomplete. Was looking for number 25, Kyler Seaman.
And that's what they want to do. They want to get Turman outside the pocket, force him to use his legs and throw on the run. Excellent job there. The offensive line did a good job blocking, but Gross did a nice job finally getting some pressure back there, forcing him to get outside the pocket.
Absolutely, able to push him out, and then the coverage strong on that play for the Cougars. So that'll bring up a 2nd down and 15, just over 7 minutes remaining in this opening quarter. Turman's going to hand this one off. Looks to be Hythoff going down.
Ball carried by Colin Pike.
Excuse me, that was 23, Colin Pike.
Yeah, Pike leads the team in rushing on the year. 571 total yards, averaging 71 a game. Well, as you said earlier, Joey, this is a Skyhawks team. They really like to run the ball.
Yeah, and the biggest struggle for the Cougars defensively this year has been stopping the run game. So far, you have to be really encouraged if you're the Cougars, the way they've been able to limit these opportunities. And now it'll be a 3rd and 14 at the 41-yard line. So you see Turman in the gun. Fakes the handoff, goes out to his left. No easy pass. He's going deep into the end zone. Too much on it as he was trying to find number 1, Danny Johnson. And that's going to bring up a 4th and 14.
Excellent coverage there by Griff Beckar. Stayed with his man the entire time. Really, he had to have a perfect pass to get that to the receiver. Did Turman, and excellent coverage by the Cougars.
Yeah, so the punt team's going to come out here for the Skyhawks. Weston Miller set to return this punt.
And you got to watch for the fake here if you're the Cougars.
Flag on the play.
Penalty marker on the play.
This one will go against the Skyhawks, moving back another 5 yards. Legal formation there makes it a 4th and 19.
Seaman back to punt for the Skyhawks.
Kyler Seaman sent to punt this one away. Low snap there, fielded well. Good bounce there for the Skyhawks. And this punt will be down at the 5-yard line. So going to be rough starting field position here for the Cougars. But their offense has to be feeling good coming off that opening drive they had.
Well, and then for the defense to come out, force the punt, that's huge.
And it'll be important for the Cougars tonight to be able to put together strong and more importantly, long drives on the offensive end. Don't keep your defense out there for the entire time. Don't want to see them get fatigued early in this game. Duncan in the gun. He's got Picard to his left. Motion from Heffelfinger. The handoff on first down. Picard able to create some breathing room. Looks to get a gain of 3 on the first down run.
And this is where you have to be careful if you're the Cougars. You don't want to get too fancy here. Now the ball's at the 7, so you expect them just keep running the ball, try to pound out some more yards, get a first down, and then start with your passing game.
Absolutely. We've seen earlier in this year a safety from the Cougars due to them trying to pass and be under pressure this deep into their own territory. Fake the handoff, a screen pass here. Defender right on him, push back, forward progress will take him down around the 5-yard line. So a loss of yardage there as Ethan Lee gets the reception. But it looks like that'll make it a 3rd and 10, going right back to where they started at the 5-yard line. Even right there on that pass, Anthony Heiftoff on the defensive end was right by that ball. Could have been a costly play there for the Cougars.
Yeah, excellent coverage by the Skyhawks there. They were expecting that short little screen pass the whole time.
And so now the interesting situation, 3rd and 10, trying to move the chains, but at the same time, like you're saying, you don't want to risk throwing it this far back in your own territory. You see Duncan by himself in the gun, airs this one out, trying to find Weston Miller, just a bit too much on that pass, looked to have his man beat, but wasn't able to find the connection with his quarterback.
Yeah, right idea there, just couldn't get it to him, overthrew him a little bit. 3 and out for the Cougars.
Weston Miller, all throughout this season, just had fantastic route running and the speed that he brings. Really able to beat his man in a lot of situations like we just saw. But now Duncan going to have to punt this one away from deep in his own end zone. So a big stop there for the Skyhawks. Likely going to have good starting field position here. However, some movement there. Going to create some breathing room here for the Cougars. Look to be encroachment on the Skyhawks.
Yeah, good hard count there on the punt to draw the Skyhawks off sides, and it'll give you a little bit of breathing room there. That'll make you feel a little better if you're Coach Van Hout.
So now Duncan just about a yard into the end zone. Duncan sends this one away. This one caught right about the 45-yard line. That's Pike with it. Able to create some room here, cutting inside the 25, the 20. Nobody's gonna catch him. Colin Pike, the punt return for the touchdown.
There is a flag down on the play. I wonder if he got a piece of face mask on that stiff arm. We'll see what they call here.
So we'll see. Like you said, this one could very well be coming back. No call yet for the referee. Looks like this touchdown will stand. Looks like face mask there was on the punting team. So what a play there for Colin Pike. Big punt return touchdown, nearly taken down at the 45 where he caught it, but able to break free, and then those inside cuts really created a lane for him. Now Morgan Finkenbinder for the extra point, and that one is good. So 7-6 Skyhawks now ahead. 4:36 remaining in this first quarter.
Yeah, and Joey now trailing. This is when you got to get the offense back up there. Try to hope that you can get some decent field position and get Duncan going once again. Looking good with the arm early on here, so maybe they'll opt to throw the ball a little bit more and try to go over the top once again like we saw in that touchdown there on the first drive for the Cougars.
Right, we saw what they were able to do, moving the ball well that first drive and really put in a tricky situation their last time out there, starting on their own 5-yard line. So one would imagine they'll be in a much better field position situation here coming off this kickoff. We'll have more breathing room and they'll be able to operate their offense at a more normal pace. So it looks like Sargent and Heffelfinger set to return this kick.
Joe Kaliga set to kick it off for the Skyhawks.
It's been a close start to this game, one that on paper could have been very lopsided, but so far the Cougars really holding their own. Deep kick here, that one will fall in the end zone. Cougar offense trying to pick up where they left off on the first drive of this game.
We'll start at their own 20-yard line.
Yeah, and this is a big drive for the Cougars. I know it's early, Joey, but you want to keep that momentum going that you had on that first drive. Your defense came right out, forced fourth down. But definitely, it's early. You'd like to see them get some more points on the board if you're the Cougars.
Absolutely, and it's hard to judge a team when you have a drive back at your own 5-yard line. Just not a whole lot they could do. And like we said, even that third down play they had Weston Miller open, nearly a big play there. So here's first down, the motion from Heffelfinger. Handoff right here. Looks to be Ethan Lee on the handoff.
Okay by Ethan Lee.
Lee's able to get a pickup of 5.
And Lee, we've seen on the defensive end make some big plays this season. Haven't seen him running the ball or out there on the offensive side a whole lot. And he's touching the ball quite a bit already this evening.
Yeah, already calling his name a few times. Had that screen pass on the previous drive, and then right here a carry for 5 yards. All right, now it looks to be Nospich next to Duncan here.
No safeties deep. Something to keep an eye on here, Joey.
Handoff on second down. Nospich able to pick up what looks to be a gain of 2 on the second down carry.
He's tackled by number 62, Justin Witkowski. 3rd and 3 for the Cougars.
So 3rd and 3 coming up here for the Cougars. And right now, coming off, giving up a score, losing that lead, right now you really want to keep this drive going, and especially your defense has been out there a lot in recent minutes. Don't want to bring them out after a second straight 3 and out. So Duncan by himself Now Nospich joins him. Duncan to the right side of the field. This pass nearly complete. That one knocked away. Great coverage there by number 25, Kyler Seaman. They were trying to find Weston Miller, but no luck, and that'll bring up a 4th down and 3.
Incomplete, 4th and 3 for the Cougars.
So once again, the punt team out for the Cougars. Looks to be a timeout called here.
Timeout to the Skyhawks.
Yeah, looks like Skyhawks didn't like their special team defense they had out there. Excuse me, the receiving team they had out there. Something they didn't like that they saw. Maybe they saw a fake coming, something like that. But an interesting timeout early into this game.
Absolutely. Don't expect to see one on a 4th down in the first quarter like that, but I think it's easy to trust the special teams, knowing what they did their last time out there. Have to imagine,
definitely,
like you said, they saw something there. But so far, an interesting first quarter. But for the Cougars, you can't like the way the past few minutes have gone. Back-to-back 3-and-outs, and then obviously giving up that punt return for a touchdown just a few minutes ago. And so once again, it's Colin Pike set to return this punt. He's back at the 40-yard line. That one nearly blocked. It's a low punt here. That one gets past the 50. It'll be down at the 41-yard line by Heffelfinger.
Yeah, and Duncan wanted a call. He got hit on that punt and no flag thrown. He is not happy about that.
Yeah, 4th and 3. That would have given him the first down. But instead, it'll be Skyhawks ball to start this drive. We'll see what Turman and the offense can do. Had to punt this one away last time the offense was out on the field for the Skyhawks. Their touchdown coming from the special teams. So Turman here under center. First down handoff. Excuse me, he keeps that and pitches it back. First down and more there for Pike. A late flag here.
Yeah, they're going to get a late hit hitting Pike out of bounds here on the Cougars. They're going to add on 15 yards to the end of that play.
Last thing you can afford if you're the Cougars. So a 17-yard run there for Pike turns into a whole lot more.
That's a 15-yard penalty. That's going to move Skutt up a little bit. 1st and 10 for the Skyhawks.
Yeah, and that's a costly penalty right there. You cannot be happy if you're Coach Van Hout about that.
Yeah, ultimately with the penalty, a pickup of 32 to start your drive.
Well, and this is not a team that you want to give extra yards to if you're the Cougars either, Joey.
Yeah, we've mentioned this offense averaging 45 points per game. Turman's going to look to go deep. This pass complete inside the 5. Big pickup there for the offense.
Not a lot you can do about that pass. That was good coverage we saw out there from Bryson Sargent, but just a better pass. Floated it up there. Couldn't have put it up there any better.
Absolutely.
1st and goal for the Skyhawks. Goes to the 4-yard line.
So now just 2 plays into your drive, and it's a 1st and goal at the 4-yard line. Turman under center. The pitch here to Pike. Cutting to the left side, and he will get into the end zone untouched. It's another Skyhawks touchdown.
Colin Pike, he's in for a Skyhawk touchdown.
Colin Pike with 11 total touchdowns going into today's game. He's got a punt return for a touchdown and now a rushing touchdown.
Yeah, and we're seeing what Pike's done all season long, Joey. He's a big threat for the Skyhawk team, and he's already had his way in this game.
Absolutely been tough for this Cougar team to limit him. Extra point is good, so 14-6 now. The Cougars closing out this first quarter, the Skyhawks closing out this first quarter strong. 2:38 to play.
And it's not time to panic yet there, Joey, but you do want to draw something up if you're Coach Van Hout that can get this offense going, get that ball moving downfield, pick up some first downs and start making yourself feel better, get that momentum back that they had coming into the game.
Yeah, absolutely. This team just needs to find their rhythm. Looked like they had it to start the game, really a strong drive, but since then just haven't been able to get things to click on the offensive end. Cannot afford to have 3 straight 3-and-outs. And with a defense as strong as the Skyhawks have had this year, only giving up 7.5 points per game, one has to think they are quick to make adjustments. So after that first drive, you have to think there was a lot they picked up on and a lot of things that they've been changing. Kickoff caught by Heffelfinger at the goal line. Takes this one past the 20-yard line, just shy of the 25.
Heffelfinger on the return.
And if you're Coach Van Hout, you got to be somewhat happy with that field possession. A lot better than getting it at the 5 like they started with on that last drive. But you want to get something going if you're the Gross offense.
Absolutely. 2.5 minutes to play in this first quarter. And they're going to look to end it with a bit of momentum here. Second half of this quarter has not gone their way. Duncan out of the gun on first down. A handoff here. And nowhere to go, just a gain of 2. Nosbich getting another carry. Haven't seen as much of Picard as we would expect in this first quarter.
Yeah, we saw him that one play on the screen pass, picked up some big yards, got some extra yards at the end, but they're kind of switching it up. We have seen Nosbich get the ball a few times on those runs up the middle, kind of those halfback dives that you're used to seeing, but so far really spreading the ball around to multiple guys early on for the Cougars.
Yeah, we've seen a bit of a running back committee so far tonight. Nosbich gets a gain of 2. So 2nd and 8 here. Duncan faking the pitch under heavy pressure. Able to break free for a second before being taken down for the big sack.
Duncan is sacked.
One thing I will say about this Cougar team is we've seen Duncan under a lot of pressure, but the second half of this season haven't seen a whole lot of sacks given up. He's been able to evade them. The line's been able to hold their own, but right there, a big sack there for the Skyhawks brings up a 3rd and 12 from the 22-yard line. Duncan needing to lead his team to a first down play here. Quickly airs this one out. Pass short there to Weston Miller.
Duncan's pass intended for Weston Miller is
And another occasion in this game, we've seen Weston Miller get open. He had his man beat, but just couldn't get the connection there with Duncan.
Yeah, it looks like Duncan had to get the ball out a little quicker than he thought he would, and Miller just wasn't ready for the ball quite yet.
So now 3 straight 3-and-outs here for the Cougars. They're going to have to give this one back to the Skyhawks.
And you have to think about kicking this ball out of bounds with Pike back there for the return.
Good leg on that punt. Gets it to the 42-yard line. Pike able to bring it past the 50.
Pike with the return.
So the Cougars' 49-yard line is where this drive will start. 55 seconds remaining in this first quarter.
1st and 10 for the Skyhawks at the 49-yard line.
And for this Skutt team, really no need to switch up what they've been doing. You got to keep going with what's worked well. That run game has really been tricky for the Cougars to get past.
Well, and we see them in the I formation here. There's no doubt about it. We know what they're going to do, and they're going to continue to do that.
The handoff here on first down. The line able to shut it down after a second. It's number 34, Maxwell Chandler, getting his first carry of the game.
What a
was able to stay up for a second, but the line just not letting go.
Yeah, what a play by Hank Nosbish. Got in there, got his legs, made sure that he could not break free. Excellent tackle for a loss there by Hank.
So now a 2nd and 12. This one back into Skyhawk territory. On that opening Skyhawk drive, we saw the Cougars get a few tackles for losses, and so they have to feel good after getting the first down stop. 2nd down, fakes the handoff, but again the line gets through, but a last-second pitch to Pike, able to make something out of nothing, gets the ball to the 48-yard line. Risky pitch there by the quarterback Turman. And so that'll be the last play of the first quarter. It'll be a 3rd down coming up to start the second quarter. 14-6 is your score after one. Don't go anywhere. We got a fun one here at Bryan High.
And we are at the end of the first quarter. Skyhawks 14, Cougars 6.
And welcome back, and all of a sudden this is Joe Collega breaking free and finds the end zone on that 3rd and long, and the Cougars just not expecting it. And Joey, what happened on that breakdown there?
Yeah, and right there the defense just caught off guard. We saw the defense really bunkering down to close that first quarter, but like you said, breaking free on the opening play of the second quarter. Big touchdown there from Collega. 2nd on the team in receiving yards this season, able to get a big play to start that quarter.
Yeah, and the Skyhawks have that unusual kind of kick, extra point formation they do, where they all bunch up together, run out, and the extra point's good. And the Skyhawks all of a sudden have a commanding 21-6 lead over the Cougars. And Joey, what are the adjustments the defense and the offense need to make on both sides of the ball for Coach Van Hout?
Well, on the defensive side, what's been so frustrating is, like you said earlier, this past drive, when they line up in that I formation, 9 times out of 10, you know what's going to happen. They know what's coming. It's the handoff to Pike or to Hythoff or one of those guys. But they just have such a strong run game that there's not a whole lot you can do. So it's really just being able to see it before it happens, be able to try to do your best to prevent that run attack. And on the offensive end, it's one of those frustrating nights because it hasn't been able to fully click. We've seen guys like Weston Miller get open, have opportunities to get a big play there, but Duncan not able to see him. And then a lot of plays where he's just been under too much pressure. He's had to rush some passes. So really for him, it's hoping the line will give you a couple more seconds, and then the run game, looking to see if that can really get going.
And so the ball is kicked, and on the return, this here is Heffelfinger. Heffelfinger still going, and he is hit out of bounds at the 30. There is a flag at the 25. It looks like they're going to get a holding on the Cougars, and that is what they call here, and that's unfortunate for that good field position otherwise from Heffelfinger.
Got to be a frustrating play there for Heffelfinger. Big return, and then you get rocked at the end of that play.
Right.
And really for nothing there as this one's coming back.
Yeah, he took that big hit out of bounds as well. So the ball will be placed
It'll still be 1st and 10.
Looks like they'll place it at the Cougars' 12-yard line. So 1st and 10. Now they're moving it forward a little bit here. Some confusion among the officials. So it will be at the 17. 1st and 10 from the 17. Colby Duncan working in the pistol. He has Nate Pekar in the backfield. And the handoff to Pekar. Gets outside, passes the 20. And he is past the first down. See if they give it to him on forward progress.
A flag early on that play as
And
Pekar made
another
that cut to
flag.
the left side of the field.
And we'll see what they call here. And
Looks like this one will be on the Skyhawks.
it is. It's a face mask called. So that's the 3rd penalty of the game on the Skyhawks. And that'll be an automatic 1st down. So fans at home, that Cougar 1st down brought to you by Great Personal Service Bank. Also like to take a chance to thank our game day sponsor, Fast Physical Therapy of Foot and Ankle Center of Nebraska and Iowa. So back out here, 1st and 10. Ball now on the 34, so some more favorable field position for the Cougars. Colby Duncan working in the pistol. Trips out on the left side. The man in motion is Sargent. And the handoff to Pekar, and Pekar up the middle, taken down. And it looks like they got just past the line of scrimmage. Maybe a half a yard picked up on there. They will give them a yard. So 2nd and 9, ball now on the 35.
And so far against the Skyhawks, Pekar's really struggled in the runs up the middle. He's thrived with the outside carries. We've seen the most success with guys like Nospich, or even the carry we saw from Lee, able to just use that size to try and push forward for a few yards.
So here it is, Colby Duncan working in the pistol, 10.5 to go in this first half. The short little pass, that one is out to Heffelfinger, and Heffelfinger picks up another yard, so it'll be 3rd and about 8 from the 36-yard line, and we'll see what the Cougars opt to do here.
Yeah, with the lack of success they've seen on the run, you have to imagine they're going to be airing this one out, but the few times we've seen them really need that big pass, it's been Duncan under pressure, trying to roll to the side, evade the defense, and he's been able to get the passes off, but like you've said, it's been close. He's had to rush a few of these balls.
So Colby Duncan working in the pistol. In the backfield, Pekar trips out on the left side, and the whistles blow. Looks like we're going to have a timeout called by Coach Van Hout. So now each team with 2 timeouts left. This will give me a chance to thank our game day sponsor, Fast Physical Therapy, a foot and ankle center of Nebraska and Iowa. And Joey, what do you think Coach Van Hout's telling his team right here in this timeout?
Well, I think right now he probably didn't like the play they had going, and this is a big situation for them. As we've seen, momentum has not been on their side recently. They were able to get the ball back, able to finally move the chains after 3 straight 3-and-outs, and you cannot afford to give this ball back to the Skyhawks. You got to be able to get a long drive, get it into enemy territory, get some points on the board. So a big 3rd down here. You got to think he's got something ready to go on this 3rd down play.
Yeah, this is a good timeout here. Take a little extra time to draw this play up, plan out what you want to do. Maybe try to catch the Skyhawks defense off guard on that touchdown that they got to start the game. So it'll be 3rd and 8 coming out of the timeout with the ball on the 36-yard line. 9:36 to go in this first half, and the Skyhawks, lead the Cougars 21-6. So Colby Duncan in the pistol once again. Now 4 out wide, and Pekar in motion. Duncan trying to find somewhere to go with it, and able to escape some pressure, but ultimately taken down back at the 35-yard line. And
Russ Scott with the tackle.
And here comes the special teams, so it will be 4th and 8, and they will be forced to punt once again from the 36.
Yeah, the second sack of this game. Coming out of a timeout like that on a 3rd down, you're hoping your team's ready to go, able to get that play that's going to move the chains, but right away the defensive line breaking up any chance the Cougars had.
We have seen a couple fake punts from the Cougars this season. Maybe not the time to do it here, but you never know. So Duncan on the punt, and he is hit once again, and the flag is down this time. We'll see if they call this running in or roughing the punter.
There is a flag on the play back by the punter.
We'll see what they elect to call here. The difference is an automatic 1st down. So it is a running into the kicker. So it will not be enough to get 1st down yardage. They will have to repunt it. But you can pin them farther downfield if you'd like, if you are the Cougars.
Absolutely, and Duncan right now discussing that call with the referee. As we mentioned earlier in the game, he thought he should have gotten a call on his side. So right now he's probably not too thrilled with the calls he's gotten as the punter.
Yeah, that's, one of those, it's hard to, you could debate it either way, and it looked like they got a good amount of Duncan when they hit him, but they call it a running into the punter, so there will be a repunt, this time from the 40, 4th and 4. Will we see a fake? And the punt is up. Received by Pike. Pike back at past the 30 now, past the 35, the 40, now to midfield. And Pike, once again, he's already got one punt return for a touchdown in this game. He is taken down at the 16-yard line.
And Pike is just electric on the return, but we do have a flag back just shy of the 50-yard line.
Yeah, and Ryan Weiss is in a substantial amount of pain here, grabbing his wrists. As Joey said, there is a flag down on the field at just before midfield at about the 49-yard line.
And it is a holding call here on the Skyhawks.
So that'll be taking them back, but if you're the Cougars, you got to do something about that receiving defense there on special teams. They've given up quite a few big plays to Pike so far in this one.
Yeah, Pike's done a great job creating room. It seems like right as he catches it, the defense is there to take him down, but it's just that quick first step, able to lose a defender. And he's one of those players, once you give him a few steps to gather that speed, to build that momentum, he's really hard to get a hold of and take down.
So now the Skyhawks offense comes out. They'll be working from the 39, 1st and 10. Fakes the handoff, keeps it himself as Turman. He's still going and taken down at about the 45-yard line. Gain of about 6 on the play.
And Carson Kojal on the tackle. Gain of 5 at 2nd and 5.
So they'll call it a gain of 5.
And good work by Turman. They're able to continue to push through. Not a notably large quarterback by any means in terms of size, but really kept pushing through his defender. It looked like it was only going to be a gain of 2 or 3, able to get the pickup of 5, as you said.
Yeah, Turman coming into this one, 43 carries on the year, 284 yards. Kept at that time. So now 2nd and 4, they'll say, ball on the 45. Hands this one off, and this time, that's number 10, Anthony Heloff.
Anthony Hightoff, ball carrier.
Hightoff with the carry.
Carroll Briggs with the tackle. It's good for a Skyhawk 1st down in Cougar territory at the 48th.
And it will be another Skyhawk 1st down. So clock now at under 7.5 to go in this first half.
Yeah, Hightoff just able to run through a defender in that too. Just a lot of big running backs here for the Skyhawks. Size, a big advantage for this Skutt team.
So 1st and 10, ball on the 48-yard line, single back formation. The handoff. And this time the big body of number 34, Maxwell Chandler.
Maxwell Chandler, the ball carrier, tackled by Nate Pickard.
How about this, 225 pounds coming at you, Joey.
It's a defensive lineman's worst nightmare right there. Already struggling to stop the run. Then they bring out another 60 pounds on the next play.
Yeah, so picked up 6 yards on that run. 7 yards now, they'll say. So 2nd and 3rd. Ball on the Cougars' 41-yard line. 6.5 to go in this first half.
Starting to stray away from that I formation.
And hands this one off once again, and it is Chandler, and Chandler still on his feet, taken down inside the 25, just outside the red zone at about the 23-yard line.
That's a first down.
And even like we said, that last run, just such a big player. We saw the defender try to take him down for about 8 yards there, but just no luck. The Skyhawks here creeping up on the red zone.
So it will be 1st and 10 from the 23, and timeout on the field. And it looks like the Skyhawks will take their 2nd timeout of this first half, so they'll have one remaining for the rest of the 5:56 to go in this first half. But Joey, what are some adjustments the Cougars need to make? They're not down too far yet, but before this one gets out of hand, you got to make some adjustments. What would you suggest in a situation like this?
I mean, you never want to say to abandon the pass defense. Like, obviously, you always want to be alert and ready for it. But right now, you're in a situation where if Bennett Turman wants to win this game in the air, as of right now, you can live with that. Your goal is 100% primarily to shut down this run, and they have had no luck right now. Just got to find a way to limit these carries that right now the Skyhawks are just thriving with.
And would like to take this opportunity to thank today's game day sponsor, Fast Physical Therapy, a foot and ankle center of Nebraska and Iowa. So both teams coming out of the timeout here. 5:56 to go in the first half. Skyhawks lead 21-6. It'll be 1st and 10. Ball on the 23-yard line. Single back formation once again, 3 out wide. Now some motion from Luke Van Dyke. And dropping back is Turman. Turman on the slant and misses the receiver. That one was intended for Danny Johnson. It is incomplete. So it'll be 2nd and 10 now from the 23-yard line.
Big shot there from Jeffrey Greenhagen for the Cougars, able to knock down the quarterback Turman. We really haven't seen much pressure provided from the Cougars.
Yeah, you kind of wonder if they're going to start blitzing, but you got to be worried about that. Getting what happened, what you did to the Skyhawks, throwing the ball over the top. They are loading the box here, so the handoff once again. This time it's number 10, Anthony Heidoff.
Ball carried by 34, Maxwell Chandler.
Excuse me, it was Maxwell Chandler.
Correction, Anthony Heidoff with the ball carrier.
I was actually right. PA had it wrong. Anthony Heidoff. Sometimes you just got to trust your instincts.
That's
there,
right.
Joey. So under 5.5 to go now in this first half. 1st and 10. Ball now at the 11-yard line. Once again, the Cougars loading the box inside the red zone. Now the I formation once again. Fakes the handoff. Turman really keeping himself. He is taken down, and a huge sack there from Hank Nosbich.
Nosbich been the impact player on defense the past 2 years, and right there breaks through for a big stop.
Yeah, loss of 3 there on that sack, so it'll be 2nd and 13. Ball on the 15-yard line.
After what a strong showing we saw from the Cougars defense the first drive of the game, you're looking to see that momentum, that swagger back. So right now, a stop here with how strong this drive started for the Skyhawks could be monumental.
And it looks like we're going to have, and timeout once again. So the Skyhawks, they take their last timeout of this first half. And Coach Matt Turman did not like what he saw there on the field. Not sure exactly what happened, but Skyhawks are now out of timeouts.
Yeah, throughout this half, very interesting usage of their timeouts. The first one used in the first quarter on punt coverage, and then again we're seeing the third one used in a very interesting timing, just about a minute and a half on the game clock after they used their second.
So 4:19 to go in this first half. Skyhawks lead 21-6. They are out of timeouts. As far as touchdowns for the Skyhawks, Pike, he has 2, one on a punt return, one on a rush, and then it was Joe Kalega with the other touchdown in this one. So 2nd and 13, ball on the 15-yard line, 4:19 to go in the first half. Dropping back is Turman once again. And fade route and finds the receiver Danny Johnson in the end zone. And all of a sudden, it is a 27-6 ball game.
And talk about trusting your receiver there. The coverage seemed to be on him. And if you watch Turman on that play, at no point did he look anywhere else. He knew where he was going from start to finish, and it worked out for him. So we questioned the usage of that timeout, but clearly Coach Turman knew the play he had ready to go, and it works out. Big touchdown there for the Skyhawks as they increase their lead.
And the extra point is up, and that one is good. So 28-6. And all of a sudden, Skyhawks lead by 22 in this one.
Yeah, this game just rapidly changed. The first half of the first quarter, we saw the Cougars kind of controlling the pace. Their offense was looking strong. The defense making some big stops. And then towards the end of the first quarter, it started to shift, and it's been downhill for the Cougars as the Skyhawks continue to just build onto that momentum. It's been really tough to stop this offense because the running attack has been so lethal. And not just from Pike. We've seen Pike doing work. We've seen Heiftoff. We've even seen a lot of Maxwell Chandler in that last drive. So you really don't know who's going to run it. And then a few big passes towards the end of that drive as well.
So back to receive the kick for the Cougars. We have Heffelfinger as well as Bryson Sargent. And Heffelfinger will let it go into the end zone for a touchback.
Heffelfinger thought about that one till about the last second.
And Joey, if you're Coach Fan out here, 4:12 to go in the first half, still some time to get back into this one. What are you drawing up here on this drive?
Well, right now you got 4 minutes, you got 2 timeouts left. I don't think you're rushing anything. I think you're just trying to find out what your best plan of attack is here. You're fine taking the remainder of the clock. You don't want to give them another strong drive here. So if that means run, if that means get some 5-10 yard passes, just find a way to figure out what the Achilles heel is for this Skutt defense.
So faking the handoff, Colby Duncan going deep, finds Weston Miller, and Miller still on his feet, past midfield, still going, and for the second time in this game, the deep pass works out. And Joey, we talked about this in pregame. They need those big plays, and all of a sudden they're in Skyhawk territory.
Yeah, absolutely. That matchup and that connection between Duncan and Miller, you know, that's something they're working on every day. They've been cultivating that, and right there you see it work out. Second big pass between those two so far this game.
Yeah, absolutely. So now the clock continues to run. 1st and 10, ball on the Skyhawk 45. Hands it off to Pekar. Pekar trying to find somewhere to go with it, and he will get back to the line of scrimmage. So it'll be 2nd and 10 from the 45.
Right there, Pekar scanning the field for any holes, trying to cut back, but nowhere to go. The defensive line just smothering the run game.
So now 3:10 to go in this first half with the clock running. 2nd and 10, ball on the 45.
The Cougars offense just struggling to get into a consistent rhythm. Need to find a way to turn the tides here.
So empty formation, trips on the right side. Dropping back is Duncan, finds Pekar. Pekar trying to stay on his feet. He does. Gets past the 40. Still going. And pick up of 5 yards on that pass.
And it seems like every time you give Pekar an opportunity on the outside of the field, he's just about guaranteed to lose that first man. You can just about bet on it. When he gets that matchup, he finds a way to break free.
So now 2:22 to go in this first half. It'll be 3rd and 5. Ball on the 40-yard line. The handoff. This time it's Nosbish, and let's see, looks like he will be short of the first down.
And no doubt about it, they'll be going for it on 4th down here.
So now under 2 minutes, as Joey said, you expect the offense to stay on the field working in Skyhawk territory, and they will. It'll be on the 37.
And it's just a tough situation here. It's a 4th and short. 9 times out of 10, that's a down where you're going to try and give it to a fullback push forward. But that run game struggled to get that yard. If we see Nosbic in the backfield, which it looks like we might, I wouldn't be surprised to see that handoff, though. Try and use his size to push forward.
So now under a minute and a half to go. 4th and 2, ball on the 37. Here we go. The handoff. It's Nosbish, and we'll see if they give it to him.
Ball carried by Hank Nosbish. Justin Witkowski on the tackle.
Still waiting for the signal, and they do give them the first down. And fans at home, that Cougar first down brought to you by Great Personal Service Bank. So it's been a while, but the Cougars do pick up a first down. Clock continues to run here. Once again, Cougars 2 timeouts. No timeouts left for the Skyhawks.
And that first down, exactly what they needed. You need to end this half with points on the board to cut into this deficit going into the break.
So now 1 minute left in the first half. Clock still running. Duncan dropping back. Throwing, looking for Weston Miller over the top, and excellent coverage there by Kyler Seaman.
Yeah, that last second break up there, preventing a touchdown. Once again, we see Weston Miller get that step on his defender. He had the advantage, but just the last second recovery.
And if you're Coach Van Hout, 2 things. You have to be happy you didn't have the interception there, but also that stopped the clock. So almost a blessing in disguise there. 50 seconds to go here in this first half. 2nd and 10. Ball on the 35-yard line. Duncan has 1 touchdown pass already in this game. Now Nosbish out wide in motion. Duncan keeps it himself and taken down just short of the 30-yard line at about the 31.
With the tackle.
And a timeout called by the Cougars. Their second timeout of the half, so we'll have 1 remaining.
I think right there, going into the play with 2 timeouts, they just wanted to cut into that yardage needed, get a 3rd and reasonable here.
And it will be about 3rd and long, about 3rd and 6. With the ball on the 31-yard line. And Joey, what do you draw up here? Kind of a no man's land here, kind of between that short yardage but not too long a yardage. What do you draw up here?
Right, it's a tricky situation. Like you're saying, it's kind of in between. It could go either way. Personally, I'm going in the air here. I like what I've seen. A lot of their big plays coming from the pass game, and then a lot of plays that are just so close to happening. Wouldn't be surprised, as always, to see a pass here to Weston Miller. Even earlier in the game, we saw a quick out route to the sideline. Was incomplete. He wasn't really looking for it yet, but he was able to beat his defender. So wouldn't be surprised to see something like that, able to pick up the first down and get out of bounds quickly.
So they are adjusting the clock. They're adding 3 more seconds on the clock, so there will be 46 seconds to go in this first half. 3rd and 7, ball on the 31. Duncan dropping back, looking for Weston Miller, and it is incomplete. So now 4th and 7, and once again, you imagine they'll be going on for it here. 41 seconds to go in this first half.
Yeah, right there, they did go for the out route to Weston Miller, just wasn't able to get it to come together. And so now a tricky 4th down situation.
once again, like to take this opportunity to thank our game day sponsor, Fast Physical Therapy, a foot and ankle center of Nebraska and Iowa. All right, so 4th and 7. They have one 4th down conversion on the year. Nosbish once again in motion. Duncan dropping back and hit as on his release. And it will be incomplete.
Yeah, and right there, Aiden Underwood, the junior defensive lineman, got right through and, like you said, applied the hit right there onto Duncan.
And now if you're the Cougar defense, you want to avoid the big play here. You never know. Skyhawks might try to go over the top on a little bit of deception on a play action with 37 seconds to go in this first half.
Yeah, and you just got to be able to shut down that big play. The Skyhawks with no timeouts, so you imagine they don't have a whole lot of opportunities here. They're just going to look for a big ball unless they just try and run the clock out.
And they are throwing here. And it is complete to number 87, Jake Astudo, the tight end.
It's 2nd and 7.
So 2nd and 7, clock still running. Now under 30 seconds to go in the first half. Turman trying to find somewhere to go with it, and he is taken down, but we're going to have a holding call, it looks like. And that's what it is. They got Connor Trapp on the hold there, so that's going to take the Skyhawks back, and we're going to redo 2nd down.
Yeah, Trapp right there, left side of the field. Clear hold, taking down his man.
And just a reminder, it will be the Skyhawks will be receiving the ball in the second half. So 17 seconds to go in this first half. Skutt leads 28-6. And after that penalty on the hold, it'll be 2nd and 15. Excuse me, 2nd and 17. And there's the pitch, and they find Pike. He's got 2 touchdowns in this game, still on his feet. And taken down at about the 30-yard line.
And Brandon Cougars brings down Colin Pike.
So clock still running. Now under 10 seconds in this first half. And looks like the Cougars will take their last time out here with 3. Or no, they will let it run out. Looked like they blew it dead, but they did not. So that will do it for this first half, where the Skyhawks have a commanding 28-6 lead here. And I'd like to take this opportunity to thank our game day sponsor, Fast Physical Therapy, a foot and ankle center of Nebraska and Iowa. But come on back for an exciting second half of action.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the field the Gross Catholic varsity dance team. Let's hear it for the Gross Catholic varsity dance team. And a big thank you to the seniors, Kate Dunning, Evie, Aaliyah, and Madison Rogues for all their hard work and dedication to the team this football season. Thanks, girls. Nice job.
Blue and orange means a lot to me. I have a lot of pride for my school, and the two colors kind of symbolize what it means to be a Cougar.
When I see blue and orange, I think of like the football games and all like the student section and being with my friends and just being super happy around everybody.
If you look in my closet, that's all that's in there. So I look for a shirt to wear. It's blue, 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 then a couple orange shirts.
Like our school pride, you know? Like when you put it on, you represent Girls Catholic, and it's like community.
It's like intense. It brings a fire to you.
It's like eye-catching, and I think that's what Gross Catholic is eye-catching. So like the bright orange and the bright blue, that's us, that's Gross. We're loud and we're proud. Before I came here, I thought I'd just kind of be like another face in the hallway. I know most of the people here, and I say hi to people in the hallway, and they say hi to me, and like I know my teachers pretty well, and they know me really well.
Girls Catholic means a lot to me. It's like a community, Cougar family. It actually feels like a family. Guys I can call my brothers, these girls I can call my sisters.
I think Gross does a really good job of preparing people.
If it's a positive log, what would you say this graph is doing from us?
A really good balance of great academics, good social, spiritual, like building and everything, and also great athletics.
The next half of it comes from the 6.
Classes are all relatively small. So if you go ask a teacher for help, they're going to help you. The classes aren't so big where the teacher has to work on helping 30 other kids.
It takes that first binomial and
There's a mission, there's a passion, because we get to work with these teenagers every day. They're coming in as freshmen and graduating and moving on past high school, and we get to help them grow and develop of who they're going to be when they leave.
People here make the place special. It's our administrators, teachers, our students. People want to be here, and everybody finds a place here. They find their talents here. They find what their strengths are. It's a place where kids can grow and flourish.
There's just a beautiful gift in allowing students to know that there's a whole world out there that God created for them. We've done such a good job trying to prepare them from the very beginning by providing the tools, showing how to use them, and then letting them use those tools and letting them be able to develop into the person that they are growing to be.
Royal blue and orange means to me, you know, we're a Mary in a school, and Mary is royalty, and that's why we're the royal blue. We take it up a notch.
And orange has always been my favorite color. It's a color of optimism. It's a color of excitement. It's a color of cheerfulness and possibility, and it just brings a joy to our school, just a brightness to our school that is the light of Christ.
I learned so much about the Catholic faith while I was here and what the church teaches. Like, it just helped me grow closer to God.
This, since it's -8, like I've grown not only educationally, like the knowledge, but I also grow like morally, because like all the teachers here, they're teaching you the stuff you need to know, but they also like connect with you on like a personal level.
I would say it is a lot of opportunities. There's so many things here that they can open you up to.
I've had the chance to kind of like spread my wings a little bit here and just kind of really find the kind of person I want to be for the rest of my life and the things that I really care about and that I'm interested in. It's fun and it's really enjoyable to be here.
I love it here. Like, this place is like a second home, and I just feel like I'm more ready to go out into the world now.
Blue and orange just means like happy, and you always are getting excited to put the colors on, and you never like would imagine putting any other colors on.
Every single time I put on those colors, I know I'm repping like Gross Catholic. I gotta show what Gross Catholic is about.
And it creates a bond and a unity, and say, yes, I am part of Gross Catholic, or yes, I went to Gross Catholic, or yes, I work at Gross Catholic, that's my family.
Well, people say you bleed orange and blue. It just means you're a true Cougar.
Back for the second half of action here on senior night. The Gross Catholic Cougars trail 28-6. Austin, not the way that the Cougars wanted the first half to go. These seniors likely not ready to walk away. They're going to have to work this out if they want to turn things around. What do you think they need to do in this second half?
Well, I'm sure, Coach Van Hout went into the locker room, got them fired up at the half, but their defense is going to have to set the tone here. Get a big stop. Try to get the offense the ball again. You're down by 22 here. You got to start to put some points on the board, plain and simple, if you are the Cougars. But as you said, it's senior night. They have that momentum. We saw it early on in the game. They kind of let it slip away. They got to stop Pike is the key to this one.
Yeah, Pike was electric in that first half, especially that opening quarter. Really helped get the momentum going. But like you're saying, that run game for the Skyhawks really set the tone in that first half. So the defense for the Cougars going to need to be able to limit that. But the offense also going to need to be able to get into their rhythm. We saw flashes, a few big pass plays, but couldn't consistently get it going. And right now, if you're Coach Van Hout, you got to think at the break, try to light a fire into this team. I think it's easy to roll over down 22 at the half, but he's got to tell this team, hey, we're just getting started. We got 24 minutes left to get back into this game, to get this offense surging and cut into this deficit.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, Joey, and still plenty of time to cut into it, but also something to note, we saw a little squib kick that almost led to the Cougars getting the ball on back-to-back possessions. I wouldn't be surprised if they try something here, maybe to catch the Skyhawks off guard.
Absolutely. I mean, it's senior night. That's the moment where you're going to bring out the big plays like that, and it really did catch the Skyhawks off guard. They almost were able to recover it. We're about to get this half underway. A whistle blown. Looks like we're going to retry that kick. And just a reminder, today's game day sponsor, Fast Physical Therapy, a foot and ankle center of Nebraska and Iowa. So the Skyhawks ready to start this second half with the ball. And like you called it, Austin, we see the squib kick. This one loose. We'll see who picked it up. And it is the Cougars. You saw that one coming from a mile away right there, trying to catch the Skyhawks off guard, recover the kick, and they do just that. So they're going to start with the ball in Skyhawk territory.
And my question is, if you're Coach Matt Turman, I was waiting for it. You would think, a better football mind than me would be expecting that, but they were caught off guard, and Cougars will start with the football here.
Yeah, knowing the opponent is down 22, you got to think they're getting a little desperate. Like you're saying, you imagine they would have been ready to go. See where they officially mark this ball. Will be at the 39-yard line. So great field position to start here for the Cougars. They're going to look to get things turned around in this second half. First down and 10 here for Colby Duncan in the offense. Handoff here to Pekar on first down, up the middle. And similar to what we've seen so far in this game, the handoff up the middle to Pekar, just no luck there. Defensive line all over that play.
Yeah, they were ready for that one.
So they will say he picked up a yard on the opening play.
And as the game's gone on, we have seen them hand off the ball more to Pekar. Early on, they were kind of spreading it around, getting lots of touches for different guys. We saw Lee get it. We saw Nosbish with a few carries there, but Pekar, as of late, is getting the majority of those carries.
And he's had some big runs to the outside and a few solid receptions. Just struggled to get the run up the middle going. Handoff here to Lee and a double pitch. Deep ball here. They're bringing out the trick plays. Is that one caught? It is incomplete. We do have a flag on the play, however. See what this call is, but man, what a play call there from Coach Van Hout.
They are going to get the Skyhawks with the pass interference.
So 15 yards and moving the chains. So what a start to this second half. You see the squib onside there recovered, and then right here a handoff to Lee, pitched back, and then pitched back again to Duncan. He goes deep to Weston Miller and draws the pass interference. And truly, in a senior night, you're 4-4, you're down big. This is the time to bring out those plays.
Yeah, and we talked about those, big, deep, big plays that we thought we'd see from the Cougars, and we saw it once again there. Once again, want to remind you that Cougar First Down brought to you by Great Personal Service Bank.
So 1st and 10 here. Fake the handoff, an option there, risky pitch, but it is fielded, brought inside the 20. Cougars now in the red zone. That was Ethan Lee getting it. Ethan Lee getting more action in the offensive game than we're used to.
2nd and 6.
So a pickup of 4 on the first down play. Not a team that brings out the option a whole lot either. So ball at the 19-yard line. Motion from Heffelfinger. They pitch it up to Jacob Heffelfinger. Out to the left side of the field. The defense all over him, though, making the tackle, Danny Johnson.
Tackled by Danny Johnson.
So looks to be down right at the line of scrimmage. Ball still at the 19-yard line. But again, it's refreshing just to see these play calls from the Cougars really able to keep the defense on their toes.
Yeah, absolutely, Joey. Lots of deception, and it's worked out for them almost every time they've tried some trickery. And that double pitch, it was an interesting call, but it led to the pass interference. The pass interference.
Once again, we see the motion. Duncan looking to air this one out. Short pass here to Picard. Gets this one to about the 15-yard line.
Duncan's pass complete, number 11, Nate Picard. Jack Swanson and Sam Brumman on
So it'll be a 4th and short here for the Cougars. It's been a strong drive so far, but you can't walk away without points. So they're going to need a big conversion here. These are the tricky plays when you only need a few yards because that run game has not been successful. We saw their 4th down conversion earlier was the handoff to Henry Nospich. But right now it's Duncan with Picard. I would imagine they're going in the air here. I don't think the run to Picard is what they want on this play. Man in motion. And they do go to Picard, but he's taken down in the backfield, and that'll be a turnover on downs.
Yeah, and just an unfortunate turn of events. You get the ball on the trickery on that little kind of onside kick and give it up on 4th down, and it doesn't seem to matter with field position for the Skyhawks team. They pick up a lot of first downs with that running game, and we'll see what they do here working from their own 19-yard line.
And right there, that 4th down play, just such a rough finish to a strong drive from the Cougars. So it's back to Turman in the offense. The handoff on 1st down. And a solid pickup there for the man we talked about a lot, number 23, Colin Pike. Had 2 touchdowns, 1 on a punt return, 1 on a carry. He picks up 7 on the 1st down play. One thing that's been so strong about this Skutt team is a lot of these handoffs, really nothing fancy. Looks like they're going to go down after a few yards, but just the size and the speed, able to push 4 or 5 extra yards on these runs. So 2nd and 3 after the gain of 7. Another handoff on 2nd down to Pike. He's going to move the chains and a few more.
Yeah, and just not a lot of answers for the Cougars on the defensive end for Pike. Able to find those holes, even with not a lot of room. He's just able to find space, and this is something he's been doing all year long. You know, we talked about it in pregame. This is a Skutt team. Lost the first game of the year to a very good Bennington team by 1, and then won the next 7 games coming into this one. So they've been hot all year long and showing that off right here too.
Again under center. He's going to go right back to Pike. And he works this one past the 40-yard line.
Colin Pike's the back area.
And at this moment for the Skyhawks, why not keep giving it to him? He's going to keep giving you 7-8 yards just about every carry.
Yeah, well said, Joey. This is what they're going to do. They're just going to run the ball at you. When you think they're going to run it up the middle again, then they'll run it to the outside or throw one of those short little halfback passes in the backfield. But it's worked to their advantage so far in this game, and probably approaching double-digit first downs by now.
Yeah, they continue to move the chains and take down the clock. Handoff here to 2nd down. And a loose ball here looks to be picked up by the Cougars. So after getting stopped on the turnover, here they are forcing one, and they're going to get the ball back once again in Skyhawk territory.
But if you're the Cougars, you got to take advantage of this turnover now. Once again, you have the ball in Skyhawk territory. Try to make something happen now.
Yeah, with the way this game's gone, you look at the recovery on the squib, the trips to the red zone. Honestly, it probably should be a more lopsided game than this. The Cougars getting a couple lucky breaks here. They got to start taking advantage and cutting into this deficit. Cannot afford to continue to waste time. Duncan's got a back to each side. Motion from Heffelfinger. He hands this one off on first down. Just a gain of a couple there. Looked to be Ethan Lee again.
Michael is with the tackle. It's 2nd and 9.
Well, and at some point here, Joey, still down by 22, but you're going to have to start putting the ball in the air if you're the Cougars to try to get back into this game.
And they've had success in the air, too. It's not like they haven't had opportunities. They've had a few deep balls that have worked, and they're going to try to get another one here to Ethan Lee, and that's a clear pass interference call. The flag on the play.
Yeah, Caleb Cole, you could see that from up here where we're sitting, that he had his jersey the entire time for about 15 yards. He was holding on to that thing, and referee was right there. If we can see it from up here, the ref can see it down there on the field.
Caleb Cole, clear as day, the pass interference. And so that'll move the chains here for the Cougars. And that Cougar first down brought to you by Great Personal Service Bank. So ball now at the 30-yard line. Picard to the left of Duncan. The handoff on first down. And excuse me, that looks to be Henry Nospich.
Hank Nospich, the ball carrier.
He does get the first down carry. Man down here for the Skyhawks.
Gain of 1 at 2nd and 9.
They're going to tend to him real quick. So it'll be 2nd down at the 29-yard line here for the Cougars. And Austin, so far in this second half, what have you seen differently from the Cougars?
We've seen some poise, and we've seen them take some risks, and you like to see that. Try to catch the Skyhawks off guard. It's a risky move, and then they got the big force of the turnover. So far, this defense has done its job. Now the offense needs to come out and do the same thing.
Absolutely. I mean, even in their previous drive, they worked the ball downfield, but right now there are no moral victories. It's points on the board or nothing. You got to get some points on the board, cut into this deficit. They couldn't do it their opening drive, but here they are, ball on the 29, looking to close the gap here. So play resumed. Once again, Heffelfinger in motion. Handoff here. Nospich able to break free. Solid gain there. About as successful as a run we've seen today for the Cougars.
Yeah, and this is a big 3rd down here, Joey, and we'll see what they draw up here. Looks like they're going to have about 3 yards to go.
Yeah, so a lot of options here for the Cougars. Would like to see him try and go for a short pass here. So it looks to be Duncan with Nospich. 3 receivers out to the left. 1 in motion. Handoff here to Nospich. Trying to push through his defenders, claws his way forward. Looks to be short of the first down.
Yeah, good effort there from Nospich, but just a better read there on the defensive side of the ball for the Skyhawks.
So 4th and 1 here. And no sugarcoating it. It's one that the Cougars need to pick up. Nospich and Ethan Lee to the 2 sides of the Cougars. The 2 biggest men that carry the ball. So the run game definitely could be in effect here. Handoff to Lee, loses his balance, goes down and appears to be short. Once again, a turnover on downs here for the Cougars. Right after the handoff, Ethan Lee immediately going down.
Yeah, and the running game just not working out for the Cougars tonight. And coming into this one, Joey, we talked about it in pregame, just how good this Skyhawks team is. And once again, we said it, they've shut out a team 3 times this season. And right now, they gave up a touchdown on the first drive, and the Cougars have yet to score after that.
Looking to air this one out on first down. They got a man. That one's caught. Brought across the 50-yard line. Number 87, Jake Astudo, the senior tight end, makes the catch. So this one brought to the Cougar 46-yard line. Really catching the defense off guard there. So the play action gets this one to Cougar territory. Just under 5 minutes remaining in this third quarter. That I formation once again. Turman under center. Turman the handoff. Run game not working at all. Big tackle there for Nospich. It's rare you see Pike just go down at the line like that, but Nospich was fed up.
Yeah, Nospich, no matter what the score on the game, he's having a great game. One of the better games we've seen from him all season long, Joey.
Been saying his name a lot on both sides of the field tonight. So ball placed at the 45-yard line. Just one man in the backfield here. Faking the handoff and sticking with it is Turman. He's got a lot of open field. Looks to be a holding call. He goes down at the 15, but this one likely to go back.
Turman with the quarterback keeper. He's tackled
And the scoreboard doesn't say, but one thing to notice, Joey, lots of penalties on the Skyhawks team on both sides of the football for them.
Yeah, and with how well their season's gone, 7-1 record, right now they're looking towards a postseason push. And so when you're playing the top teams in Class B, you can't afford to have the penalties we've seen tonight. And so this one goes back to the 39-yard line.
Backs him up to the 39-yard line.
So that big play, and now all of a sudden you're replaying second down.
It's 2nd and 3 for the Skyhawks.
So it becomes a 2nd and 3. Once again, one man in the backfield. It looks to be Hythoff. Handoff right up the middle. Gets this ball to the 30-yard line and moving the chains. And that one is Anthony Hythoff.
Tackled by Joshua Sheard. That's good for a Skyhawk first down.
And obviously we've talked about Colin Pike the most. He's been the impact player for the Skyhawks, but multiple guys that have put in good work running the ball. We've seen Hythoff with some work. We've even seen some stuff from Maxwell Chandler that's been able to move the chains. This defense really just never knowing who's going to be the guy for the Skyhawks.
Yeah, lots of different options and weapons for the Skyhawks team, and we're really seeing that as this game has progressed here, Joey.
And each of these teams in such different stages right now. The Cougars really having to try to adjust and adapt, while the Skyhawks able to just stick to the status quo, do what they've been doing well. However, under pressure right now, and the big sack there. Joshua Sheard, after making the tackle on the previous play, he gets the sack on the quarterback.
Yeah, a little bit of deception there. Came around the corner. No one had him, picked him up on the block, and he had a clear lane to the quarterback. Huge sack there.
And for the Cougars, after a big play like that, you got to capitalize, continue to get these stops, and get the ball back. 2nd and 19. Fakes the handoff. Turman's going to go right up the middle. Goes down at about the 33-yard line. Excuse me, 36-yard line. That'll be a gain of 3 for the quarterback.
Yeah, it looks like he fumbled it at the end of the play. But Skyhawks were able to recover.
So right now for the Cougars, you're defending a 3rd and long here. Can't afford to let this drive go on any longer. Just a minute 45 remaining in this third quarter. Defensive pressure, that pass looked to be caught but going down immediately.
German's pass complete to number 3, Morgan.
And that was Morgan Finkenbinder. So now 4th and very long here.
It's 4th down and 17.
4th and 17 to be exact, a loss of 1. We'll see what the Skyhawks do here on 4th down. Offense is going to stay out here. They're going to try and pick this one up. They need 17 yards. Airing this one out deep. Too much on it. That pass incomplete. And a turnover on downs here for the Skyhawks. Cougars will get the ball back with 1:01 remaining in this third quarter.
That's incomplete. Cougars turnover on downs.
And big turnover on downs for the Cougars, but now it's time to start putting the ball in the air, try to get back into this game, but you're starting to run out of time. 1 minute to go, Joey, in this third quarter. Got to start making something happen on the offensive side of the ball.
No doubt about it. Right now, you're looking for that senior leadership from Colby Duncan to help propel this offense into putting together a strong drive. Lee in motion, and they do hand it off to Picard on 1st down. Able to squeak forward to about the 41-yard line.
Danny Johnson with the tackle. Gain of 4, it's 2nd and 6.
So that'll be a gain of 4 on the 1st down carry.
Got to have a sense of urgency if you're the Cougars, though. This clock is running, and they're still in the huddle here, Joey.
Yeah, they might be just looking for one more strong play in the third quarter, and then they're ready to move on to the 4th. Definitely a surprising call there for the Cougars. So it is 2nd and 5. Lee in motion once again. Fakes the handoff. Duncan undergoing some pressure, lobs this one up and out of bounds. And that'll bring a 3rd and 5.
The pass is incomplete. It's 3rd down and 6 for the Cougars.
Duncan and this offense just need to get something going right now. As you said earlier, the defense really doing everything they can do right now. Have done a great job this third quarter limiting the Skyhawks, but they're just waiting for the offense to get them back into this game.
Yeah, I mean, this is a Skyhawks team. They've scored over 50 points 4 times this season. And
right there, the 3rd down pass complete to Ethan Lee. However, they will call it an incomplete pass. It was a low pass. Lee thought he made the sliding catch. The referee is saying otherwise.
Yeah,
Coach Van Hout not happy about that call.
Yeah, the sideline is fired up. They're not happy with that call there.
The Cougars look to be bringing out the punt team here. Flag here from the referee closest to Coach Van Hout.
Yeah,
wonder if he said a little too much.
Yeah, I think we're going to get a sideline penalty from one of the coaches. It's going to be a personal foul.
Just the last thing you can afford right there. It is an unsportsmanlike conduct call there on the Cougars. So that'll move this one way back. Now a 4th and 20 here. And again, a dangerous punt returner here in Colin Pike could create some incredibly strong field position to start this upcoming drive for the Skyhawks. Duncan sends this one away. They're going to let this one bounce. Pike's going to leave it alone. And it will be down just shy of the 30-yard line, and that'll do it for the third quarter, 28-6. As we said, the defense for the Cougars doing their part, but the offense not able to put any points on the board. So we will take a quick break and be back for the final quarter of action. Don't go anywhere.
Skyhawks 28-6. as we move into the third quarter.
And we are back here, and it is Pike. Carries the ball for a huge gain there. And we do have a Cougar down on the field. And the training staff comes out to attend to the Cougar that is down. It looks like some kind of cramping. Still trying to look for a number there.
Yeah, it looks like that is a cramp there. You saw Vincent Linder right there, the lineman, helping him just stretch out the leg, and right now, training staff doing the same. So, thankfully, nothing that looks too serious. Hopefully, after stretching that out, he'll be back out in just a minute.
So, they will attend to the player down for the Cougars. This will give me a chance to thank our game day sponsor, Fast Physical Therapy, a foot and ankle center of Nebraska and Iowa. So it's 11:53 to go here in the game. Skyhawks lead the Cougars 28-6. It will be 1st and 10 from the Skyhawks' own 48-yard line, and on their feet is Ethan Lee, the Cougar that was down with the cramping.
And so right now, looking at this fourth quarter for the Cougars, they got to be able to turn things around. This has to be the start of something new in this fourth quarter. Can't be the same script they followed of having good opportunities but not being able to convert. Execution is vital here for the Cougars.
Yeah, you said it right, Joey. So now this is Turman dropping back and keeps it and taken down for another sack. And Hank Nosbish once again with the sack. And Joey, he's having an excellent game despite the score on the scoreboard.
Yeah, he's been leading the charge. Amazing work on the defensive end. Had some big runs as well, able to convert on a 4th down on the offensive side. But yeah, defense just been electric tonight for Nosbish. You got to think senior night, a little extra motivation there for him.
So now the I formation for the Skyhawks, 2nd and 13, the handoff, and it is Pike, and he has passed the first down and still on his feet, taken down out of bounds at about the 24-yard line. So now the Skyhawks once again in Cougar territory.
And Pike just electric. It seems like every moment we see the offense start to back down, start to slow down, a play from Pike is able to just rejuvenate this offense.
So the clock continues to run. Now we're under 11 minutes to go in the game. Cougars got to get a stop here. 1st and 10, ball on the 25 for the Skyhawks. I formation. Fakes the handoff to Pike. Throwing now is Turman and completes the pass to number 5, Luke Van Dyke, the tight end.
And obviously just a short play action pass there, but honestly surprised to see them throwing it all with the luck and success they've had in the running game. And right now up 22, you're mainly just trying to kill clock and make sure you get out of this game safe. So surprised to see them going in the air at all.
So it will be 2nd and 1 for the Skyhawks now with the ball on the 21-yard line, just outside the red zone here. Once again, in the I formation, and you have a pretty good idea what they're going to do here. And there it is, handed off to Pike, and taken down inside the 10 at about the 9-yard line.
Good for the Skyhawks, first down, 1st and 10 for the Skyhawks.
So now under 10 minutes to go in this first half, or excuse me, in the game. The Skyhawks with a comfortable lead. They'll make a substitution. Coming on for them is Morgan Finkenbinder.
And right now for Skutt, you got to think just in such a comfortable situation. You're up big, deep in enemy territory. No sense of urgency right now on offense.
So now the I formation once again fakes the handoff. Turman keeps it himself, and he will cross the goal line into the end zone. And it is now 34-6 Skyhawks.
And right there, just a gaping hole for Turman to go through. Not a very complex QB keep there. Fake the handoff, went right up. Seemed like the line wasn't even present there on the defense. Able to breeze by for the easy 6.
So both teams' special teams will come out onto the field. And the extra point is up, and it is good. So 35-6. Skutt leads, 9:18 to go in the game. And Joey, what's Coach Van Hout's message to the team now as the margin has grown?
You know, I think once this drive starts, he'll probably talk to his defense. And honestly, yes, you're unhappy to give up the 7. But I think he'll say, hey, you guys have done a great job. Like this half, the Cards were heavily against them. Just the first touchdown they've given up this second half. They've played strong, just one touchdown given up. But the offense, again, he's got to light a fire in him. I mean, right now is the definition of now or never. They need to get it going, need some electricity on offense because you're down 29 points right now. Absolutely no time to waste. You got 9 minutes. It's a 4-score game with a 2-point conversion.
So the two kicking teams, will come out onto the field. And it is desperation mode now for the Cougars. They want to try to go 500 on the season, but they now face a 29-point deficit that stands in their way of making that happen. This is Weston Miller. And not a lot of room for him, able to make something out of it and gets to the 25-yard line. 9:10 to go in the game.
You're waiting to hear Weston Miller's name a little more in the offense. We saw some big moments in the first half. Even early third quarter was able to get something going, but right now is the moment you expect to see the pass game more than ever. So you imagine as the primary receiver, he's going to get some action.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it now, Joey. Got to start throwing the football. So here come the Cougars offense. 1st and 10, ball on the 25-yard line. 9:10 to go in the game. The snap. Duncan dropping back. Passes it, and he finds Heffelfinger. That'll be a pickup of about 5 yards, so it'll be 2nd and 5 from the 30-yard line.
Heffelfinger a little shaken up after that hit.
Tackled by number 12, Dylan Van Dyke. Gain of 8 at 2nd and 2.
Yeah, Heffelfinger taking a pretty good shot there.
Yeah, he was definitely shaken up from that hit. Hopefully everything's all right. But back to action on the field. Clock continues to run. 2nd and 2. Ball on the 33-yard line. The handoff. And this is Pekar, and won't reach the first down. Maybe picks up about a yard, so we're going to look at about a 3rd and 1 here.
Throughout this game, continuing to go to the handoff to Pekar up the middle. Nearly gets him the first down, but like you said, just short of moving the chains. And it looks like at the last second, they are going to give him the first down.
And they will, you're absolutely right, Joey. They will give them a first down. Fans at home, that Cougar first down brought to you by Great Personal Service Bank. So 1st and 10, ball on the 35. Running the option here, the pitch, that's to Pekar, and a big hit there. Took a collision, and he gets back, maybe picks up about a half an inch.
Yeah, Picard, even with that running start, just shut down right in his tracks.
So it will be 2nd and 9 from the 36-yard line. Clock continues to run, now at 7:45 and counting to go into the game. Cougars down by 29. 2 in the backfield. And the snap. Once again, it's the option, and Duncan keeps it himself, gets past midfield to the 40, and he will go out of bounds. And the fans in the stands, they want a late hit out of bounds. No call.
And man, big play there by the Cougars. Big run there from Duncan. Even a big block there from number 7, Joshua Sheard. Able to create another 10, 15 yards for his quarterback.
And they're attending to a Skyhawk well onto the sidelines here. They're going to pause the action.
Yeah, Skyhawk down on the track right now. And looks like they will resume play here.
So now working in Skyhawk territory is the Cougars after that big Colby Duncan run, and we've seen that all year from Duncan there, Joey.
Yeah, absolutely. Duncan just able to really create big plays out of nothing.
So now Duncan dropping back, trying to find somewhere to go. Keeps it himself once again, gets out of some pressure and gets some positive yardage up to about the 29-yard line.
Yeah, unbelievable evasion there. And just an update on the injury, that was number 25, Kyler Seaman, for the Skyhawks. Right now he's being helped.
Yeah, and that's a big there. He is their kicker and also plays on both sides of the football. So,
and been a significant player on each side of the field, tied for first in the team with 3 interceptions this season.
There's the snap. Duncan hands it off. It's Nosbish up the middle, and looks like he picks up the first down. That Cougar first down brought to you by Great Personal Service Bank. But the clock, here it goes, keeps running. Under 6.5 to go in the game now.
And that's just it. You're able to move the chains, but right now you have to be looking further than just this one drive. You're down 29, 6 minutes left. You got to keep airing it out.
And empty backfield here. Nosbish makes motion. The throw over the middle, and that's a dangerous pass there, but they get number 3, Morgan Finkenbinder. Looks like he went a little early, and he'll get called with the pass interference.
Yeah, clear PI call there, trying to find Weston Miller. Defense a little too quick to get to that one.
And there it is, pass interference on the Skyhawks. So automatic first down. Be 1st and 10. Now working inside the red zone. The ball at about the 14-yard line. Motion, the snap. Fakes the handoff. Throwing over the middle and was looking for combination there of Weston Miller or number 23, Cale Biggs. Not sure exactly who that was intended for. So 2nd and 10 with 6:05 to go in the game.
Yeah, I think right there, just a bit of a rush throw there. Was hoping he could find somebody, and that one just going in between the 2 receivers.
So 2nd and 10 now from the 13-yard line for the Cougars. Got to get some points here, and in a hurry. The snap. Hands it off to Nosbish, and Nosbish taken down.
Back here by Henry Nosbish.
And a flag thrown. This one might be a holding call on the offense.
And looks like, are they going to?
It's 2nd and 10.
Looks like they might be picking up this flag. Still down at the 15-yard line, and it will be picked up.
And they are picking the flag up. So, not sure what happened there. We're back to 2nd and 10 from the 13. There's the snap. Colby Duncan dropping back and finds Nosbish on a rare passing play and fight to take him down. Eventually he is about the 10-yard line. So a gain of about 3. So they did adjust it. That was 3rd down. The scoreboard was wrong. So now it'll be 4th and 5.
Need to get to the 3-yard line, so odds are they're going to be throwing this one to the end zone.
So now they change it 4th and 4 from the 9-yard line. Clock approaching 5 minutes to go in the game. There's some motion. The snap. Throwing towards the end zone, as Joey said, and it is complete for a touchdown. And finds Ethan Lee in the end zone for the touchdown, and 35-12, Skutt now leads.
Yeah, Ethan Lee and Henry Nosbic, the 2 impact players tonight, each having fantastic games.
Yeah, and that Cougar score sponsored by Emergent Tree Health Services, building a better canopy, 1 tree at a time. And you expect them here to go for 2.
Looking at tonight, not sure we've ever seen Lee this involved in the offense.
Yeah, a big night for Lee on the offensive side of the ball. A little bit of deception on the double reverse, and the 2-point conversion is good. That was Cale Biggs. Gets the 2-point conversion, and it's now 35-14 with 4:54 to go in the game.
With the amount of red zone trips they saw early in the 3rd quarter, I think it's a little bittersweet finally getting that first touchdown of the 2nd half, but you're glad they just finally got it on the board.
Once again, I'd like to remind you all and thank our game day sponsor, Fast Physical Therapy of Foot and Ankle Center of Nebraska and Iowa.
And like we said, for this Skutt team, 7-1, they've been a strong team. They're looking to contend for a Class B title. Right now, up big, assuming they can hold on to this win. I think their biggest concern right now is Seaman. He's been on the sidelines and hurt, so his health status is definitely something that you're questioning right now. You saw him limping, helped by 2 trainers along the sideline. Could be a big loss for this team.
And I think we know what they're going to do here. Probably another one of those kind of hybrid squib onside kicks. And that's what they do. And the hands team out this time, and Skyhawks recover it right at midfield.
Yeah, Caleb Cole able to grab that one up quick on the recovery.
Well, and the question now, Joey, is when do you start taking those timeouts if you're Coach Van Hout?
And that's just the question. You're down 21, less than 5 minutes left. It's starting to get to the point where, you know, your odds already are obviously low, but it's really starting to dwindle down. So, I mean, right now it's a situation for the Cougars where you got to get your head in the game. There's really no room for mistake at this point. If you want to cut into this deficit and work your way back in, no room for blunders.
So Skyhawks in the I formation, and it is a turnover, a fumble, and the Cougars come up with it right at midfield and stop everything. Down by 21, but the Cougars, a little bit of signs of life, force a turnover for the second time in this game, and they will have the ball right at the 50-yard line.
Yeah, it was right on the snap, just mishandled, and the defensive line able to jump right on that ball.
So Colby Duncan in the offense returned to the field. Working in the pistols, Duncan. 4 out wide. 4:48 to go in the game. Duncan drops back. Throwing over the middle of the field, and it is incomplete. Pass that time intended once again for Ethan Lee.
It's incomplete.
And I think that's one Lee would want back. Nearly had that ball as he was going down, just couldn't hold on to it.
So now 4:45 to go in the game. It was 2nd and 10 from the 50-yard line.
Got to expect this offense is going to be as aggressive as can be. Less than 5 minutes in a 3-score game.
Duncan working in the gun with 2 in the backfield. Man in motion. Fakes the handoff. It's a little quick pitch there to Lee once again, and Lee is taken down short of the first down by about a yard. So it should be about 3rd and 1 from the 41-yard line.
Yeah, a bit of a shovel push pass
now
there. Able to get 7 yards, but right now your concern's that clock.
And they moved it back a couple yards, so 3rd and 3 from the 43-yard line, and now you got to get moving if you're the Cougars. No time to waste. Get that ball snapped.
Yeah, still not as much urgency as you'd expect from the Cougars.
And the handoff once again to Peckard, and that one's going nowhere, and it's 4th down.
And just a play call hard to understand there. The run up the middle to Peckard just hasn't been working tonight, and now you got less than 4 minutes to play on a running clock, and that's their 3rd down play. Not one that's easy to understand there. And they're taking this time in the huddle right now. Obviously, you have to get this 4th down, so you want to make sure you're picking the right play, but even if you pick it up, right now you're killing so much clock. About 3.5 minutes to go now.
And no sense of urgency out there. We're now under 3.5 to go in the game. Cougars still yet to snap the ball. Now the snap. Duncan with the pitch, finds Lee. Lee picks up the first down, takes a huge shot. And fans at home, that Cougar first down brought to you by Great Personal Service Bank. But you got to get moving if you're the Cougars here.
Absolutely. I mean, it's refreshing to see right now, not going into a full huddle.
So now, approaching 3 minutes in the game, Colby Duncan dropping back, throws over the middle, finds Lee once again.
Pass complete to number 12, Ethan Lee.
And Cougars will take their first time out of the half. That'll leave them with 2 more. 2:58 to go in the game. And Joey, what are you telling your team here if you're Coach Van Hout?
Well, right now you're just telling them, hey, we're in a moment, we're in a situation right now where we have to keep pushing it. Right now, they're, as we're saying, not a whole lot of urgency yet. They've taken a lot of time in between plays. We've seen them go to the run play or just a shovel pass. They got to be working quicker. They need points, and they need them fast. They only have 2 timeouts, down 21, less than 3 to play.
So there will be, as I said, 2:58 to go in the game. You're down by, you need 3 scores out there, and Coach Van Hout and the offensive staff trying to draw something up here. And this will give me a chance to thank our game day sponsor, Fast Physical Therapy, a foot and ankle center of Nebraska and Iowa. The 2 teams return to the field. 2 timeouts left for the Cougars. Down by 3 scores here. And false start on the Cougars. Not the way you want to come out of that timeout.
And the last thing you can afford right now is to move back further. could be a costly
Best start on the Cougars
false start
side,
there.
it's 2nd down and 10.
And we've been talking about kind of the lack of urgency and some of the play calls. One of the things that's most surprising is I think we saw more deep balls in the second quarter and early third quarter than we've seen in this fourth quarter down big.
So now Colby Duncan trying to find somewhere to go, facing pressure, gets out of it, and he will pick up a couple yards.
With the keeper, tackled by Chandler. Gain of a couple, it's 3rd and 8.
And 3rd and 8 now, clock still running. No huddle offense now. But is it too late? Working in the pistols, Colby Duncan. Dropping back, throwing. And pass is tipped. So now 4th and 9. 2:28 to go in the game.
Brings up 4th down and 8 for the Cougars.
And so now a situation like this, clock's dead. This is your opportunity to take a deep breath and say, okay, let's collect ourselves. We've been rushing, we've been hurrying. Let's take time. We're going to draw up a play that's good for the situation. We're going to move the chains, and then it's time to go again.
So now Duncan working out of the pistol. He's got Pekar in the backfield. 4 out wide. Now Pekar in motion. And Duncan throwing, looking for Weston Miller. Holds on to it, but takes a shot, and he will pick up the first down. That Cougar scores, that Cougar first down brought to you by Great Personal Service Bank.
An impressive job there by Weston Miller, holding on, like you said, taking a big hit. That's an easy one to let go of.
And the clock starts to run once again. Colby Duncan keeps it himself, finding some space, still going, and inside the 10 at about the 9-yard line.
Joe Kaliga with the tackle.
So this will take us under 2 minutes now. 1st and 10, Duncan throwing the ball and finds Weston Miller for a touchdown. And all of a sudden, 35-20, Skyhawks lead.
And another play there where there was no doubt where he was going. Duncan was looking to Weston Miller the entire time. Joe Kaliga on the coverage, seemed prepared for it. But as that one went, it looked like he tried to jump it, get the deflection or the interception, and found himself a step behind. Weston Miller, a big touchdown to try and keep the Cougars' hopes alive.
And the extra point is good. So 35-21, minute 59 to go in the game. And that Cougar score is sponsored by Emergent Tree Health Services, building a better canopy, one tree at a time.
And so now once again for the Cougars, they're going to have to try that little onside squib. Going to need a recovery. Odds are you're not going to be as lucky as the last drive where you can get a first play fumble forced. And with the run attack for the Skyhawks, how successful it's been, assuming they recover this, they're just going to need to pick up a first down. So the Cougars defense is going to need to shut them down immediately.
Yeah, and something to keep in mind, Cougars do have 2 timeouts left. You'd expect Coach Van Hout to use those pretty quick, as I would not expect anything but the Skyhawks to run the ball. We will see another one of those onside attempts from the kicking team, and number 85, Eric Hernandez-Diaz.
And so Skutt, 7-1, ranked 3rd in Class B. And the Gross Catholic Cougars now have the most points scored on Skutt all season long.
That will stop the clock at 1:56.
Yeah, Morgan Finkenbeiter able to make that easy grab and fall down.
Return for the Skyhawks. 1st and 10, Skyhawks.
So Skyhawks will have it 1st and 10 at about the 41-yard line. And they are stacking the box, are the Cougars. The snap, the pitch, and picking up the first down is number 10, Anthony Hightoff, and picks up the first down and more, and all of a sudden Skyhawks working in Cougar territory.
And a great play call there by the Skyhawks. The box, like you said, in tight. They were ready for the run up the middle. So the pitch right there to the left, trying to go to the outside of the field, a little less populated by the defense, and found a lot of open space.
So now approaching a minute and a half in the game. I formation once again for the Skyhawks. And the handoff. And that time, Maxwell Chandler, and he is taken down.
Maxwell Chandler, the marker, he's tackled by Jake Nosbush. Going to 2 at 2nd and 8.
So 2nd and 8. And Cougars will take a timeout. So they'll have 1 timeout remaining. Clock stops with 1:20 to go in the game. And Joey, no doubt about it, got to get a stop here.
Absolutely. First down, and this one's over. They can just run the clock out. So the defense, I mean, it's just such a tricky situation because right now you pretty much have to just commit to one thing. You got to commit to stacking the box, shutting down the run game. But we could see him deceive him again with that pitch to the outside again. I'm not sure that they can prepare for both the run up the middle and the outside at the same time. Such little room for error here for the Cougars, especially going up against such a talented run attack.
And this will give me a chance to thank today's game day sponsor, Fast Physical Therapy of Foot and Ankle Center of Nebraska and Iowa. 2 teams return to the field. 1 timeout remaining for the Cougars. It's 2nd and 8. Ball on the 28-yard line. I formation for the Skyhawks. The pitch. It's Chandler once again. Picks up the first down. And he is taken down inbounds. And that will move the chains once again. And 1st and 10 now from the 17-yard line. Clock now under a minute to go in the game.
So it's looking like Gross just going to let them run the clock out. Still 1 timeout remaining. Electing not to use it.
And they are in the Downing formation. And quarterback will kneel. And looks like they still will have to snap one more time.
Dylan Van Dyke takes a knee.
And it's going to be a somewhat frustrating loss here for the Cougars. Going up against a team this talented, 35-21 is honestly a final score you're pretty happy with. The most points Skutt's given up all season, so you got to be happy about that. But it's just the opportunities that Gross had tonight. Multiple trips to the red zone where they didn't score. Opportunities where the defense held up their end, but the offense couldn't get through. Couple penalties that cost them. So ultimately, only losing by 14 to the number 3 team in Class B is a good loss if there is one. But man, they really had an opportunity tonight at pulling off the big upset.
And that will do it for us here. The Cougars fall 35-21 at the last game of the regular season. I'd like to thank all of you that tuned in all season long. I'd like to thank our crew for making this all happen. And once again, thank you for listening at home. We will be back on for basketball here in a few weeks as we switch over to winter sports season. But until then, we'd like to wish you all a good night.
Once again, Cougar Shields, everybody has cleaned tonight. Everybody has cleaned tonight. Thank you very much, folks. Drive safely.